This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome you all on this lovely Sunday morning. How we made it to a Dream B school, right? Good morning, Mandar. Good morning, Adarsh. Good morning, Sanjana. Good morning, Sanjibita. Good morning, Yashwant. Good morning, Athar. Good morning, Prerna. Good morning, Shreya. Good morning, Karina. Good morning, Bhagyashree. Good morning, Faiz. Tushar, Anigha, Apur, Kushi, Deepesh. Lovely guys. Lovely to see your enthusiasm. Good morning, Nupur. Shubham, Rutuja, Sarvesh, Ashwarya, Prem. I'm not able to catch up with so many of you. Good morning, Jay. Good morning, Aditya. Good morning, Rohan. Good morning, Randeep. Wonderful, wonderful guys. Good morning, Jigisha, Ashwini, Vandana. Good morning, Shripad. Good morning, Tanmay. Lovely. Okay, so welcome to this session once again. Good morning, Om Prakash, Omkar. It seems to be a lovely morning for all of us, right? Okay, so I'm being joined by two of our contestants. Prerna, are you there? Hello, Devyani, are you there? If you can
Hello?
switch on, yeah, Devyani, can you please switch on your camera
Yeah.
as well?
Yeah, am I visible?
Uh, no, Abhishek, you're also there.
Yes, I am present.
Can you switch on your camera, Abhishek?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Okay. Just a moment, guys. Well, I'm being joined by. May I request all of you to mute yourself? Wonderful. So I'm being joined by Devyani Bora and Abhishek Mandge. Before we start the session, let me briefly introduce both of them. So Devyani is, as I say, a non-engineer, right? So an economist by training, probably, with completing her bachelor's degree in economics. And post her degree in economics, she has almost completed 2 years of work experience and left the job and decided to take up CAT preparation full time. And we're so happy to announce that Devyani has joined SP Jain Mumbai, and not only SP Jain, but then she's got a call from whole host of institutions. So she had got a call from MDI Gurgaon, IIT Code, I am Shillong, and so many of the other ones. I mean, if I list it down, it will take almost a minute to list down to all the institutes that she has converted the calls. Getting a calls is a different issue, but able to convert so many is a credible achievement. So welcome Devyani to the session.
Hello, sir. Hello, everyone. And I'm apologizing in advance for my outfit because I'm in the middle of a wedding. I think I told sir about it. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And thank you so much, Devyani. She has a wedding in her place, but then she was very gracious in accepting our invitation and coming down for at least 30 minutes to talk to all of you and share her experiences with you. Right. My second participant is Abhishek Mandke, an engineer by profession, right? But a fresher. Correct. I think that is something will resonate with a lot of engineers who would be listening and who have joined me today. Right. Again, got wonderful calls, able to convert institutions like IIFT, which in itself is very difficult to convert in the first place. Getting a call is difficult at IIFT, and then converting it is again a credible achievement. Not only IIFT, he has also got a call from IIM Udaipur, which is again a difficult institution to convert. Then again, Narsee Mohanji, NITI, SCMHRD. So again, a whole host of institutions that we are so proud of as far as Abhishek is concerned. Thank you so much, Abhishek, for taking time out on a Sunday for joining us and will be willing to share your experiences with all our participants.
Yes, good morning, sir, and good morning, everyone. It's really nice to see everyone coming up on a Sunday morning for such a session. So it's really good to see, like, okay, yes, people are serious.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I believe after this session, we'll have the kind of seriousness that we've seen is probably going to multiply after hearing to both of you. There were two more students who were supposed to join us today, but then unfortunately their exams have come up, so they might join us as soon as they are able to complete our test, right? So let the test get completed, and we are hoping that both of them will join us very soon. So till that time, we'll start with the session. So let me start with you, Devyani. You know, being a non-engineer, right? And that's something which is going to probably link well with a lot of non-engineers who are listening to us, right? There is this common fear among non-engineers ke maths kaise karenge, whether we would be able to do DI and LR, whether, and more importantly, whether we will be able to compete with engineers, correct? That's a bigger issue. So considering the fact that you are a non-engineer, how did you cope up with CAT preparation? And I would like you to specifically look at maths as a section. So how did you plan about it? How did you go about it? And your own psychology that being a non-engineer, how will you compete with engineers? So can I have your take, Divyan?
So I had this conversation with Vaibhav sir time and again that I feel I'm not as good as the other people because these people are from IIT and they're gonna do very well in content stuff. But he told me that first thing, change your mindset. That first make it clear that even you, especially even you, carry your own qualities with yourself. So despite the fact there are so many engineers, you stand as yourself first. So I put confidence in myself, of course, with help of Vaibhav sir. So first, guys, believe in yourself. And in CAT, as we all know, it's okay not to get 99 in, say, one section. What we need is a balanced score in all the three sections. So try to aim for minimum 85 percentile plus. And as for what I did for my preparation in Quant was every morning I used to, so I had like a, what do you call, cheat sheet of all the formulas prepared, and I used to keep it in front of my desk. So every morning as I used to wake up, before I study VRC or any other subject, I used to just have a look at those formulas, spend 15 minutes reading them. And I think they just inculcated into my system like that because I started reading them on a daily basis. More than that, what was more important is practice. So each day I have to set a target, like I'm going to solve 20 sums of quant because my quant particularly was very weak. So each day I used to set up a target that I'm going to solve 20 past questions from quant only. So if you practice plus learn the formulae and most importantly believe in yourself, I think it's not a very difficult task.
Right, Devini. I think she just pointed out something very, very important that she also felt that her quant is not very strong, which a lot of you actually feel. And since we keep on having the discussion that my quant is weak, so whether I would be able to clear that my quant section, I think she has provided you with a lot of important tips on how to go about for anybody who is weak with quant, how to go about preparing with quant. So two important takeaways. One is like the cheat sheet idea, where you list down all the formulas, put it on the sheet of paper, and keep on revising them. And more importantly, it's all about everyday practice. So that consistency in practice has to be there if you want to clear a section like quant. Abhishek, again, an engineer by profession, right? But then a fresher, which is again, a concern for a lot of students who say that I will have probably have to compete with people who come up with 2 years or 3 years or 4 years of work experience. Will I am or with any of the bigger in B schools consider me considering the fact that I have a fresher? So how did you take this up as a challenge, and what did you do to ensure that you are able to compete with people who come with a certain kind of a work experience?
Okay, so going about the fact that going in as a fresher, what are the challenges? It's not just about the selection criteria. You just don't lose out on the marks for work ex weightage. It's also about the perception an interviewer has. Because I can honestly tell you from my experience over the past year when I talk to my seniors and now talking to my peers, the overall shift has been that B schools want more and more work ex people. But it's not like they don't want freshers, because trust me on this, the marketing companies that come in, they love freshers. I think almost 50% of an hirees in almost all colleges are fresher for their companies. So it's not something to be to think of as a disadvantage, but yeah, at particular junctions you might feel it's getting a bit say you are at a disadvantage. But what I think of or what I'd like to think is that I'm only 22 years old right now, and if I complete my MBA by 24, I might have some obstacles. I might not land up in the best place, but if I complete my education so early, I will have an extended career. So thinking it in the long term, we'll definitely be having certain advantages. I'll have more chances to climb the ladder. So I guess that answers the question.
Absolutely, I
I'll
think
I'll definitely come to the interview part as to what we could do to get around it.
right. Thank you so much, Abhishek. I think the whole idea of entering a BE school early and able to get through the program at a young age of 23, 24 probably gives you a higher chance to climb up the corporate hierarchy, right? Devyani, I think that's something which will in fact will resonate with Abhishek as well. That preparing for an examination like that is never easy in terms of the kind of mental attitude which is required, right? There, it's not a linear kind of a thing. It's like up and down kind of a phase which you face when you are preparing for an entrance exam like CAT, right? It's not that you always keep on improving. You have these phases of ups and downs. So let me start with you, Devyani, on this. What were the major challenges that you faced when you were preparing for an examination like CAT? And more importantly, how did you overcome those challenges? Because there's something which is going to be faced by a lot of the prospective students, right? So can you list down challenges? Let's say one, two, three, four. These were the major challenges for me, and how did you tackle each of these challenges?
Okay, so the first challenge that I faced was being focused. So the thing was that I'm sure many of you must have some problems at home or some issues in personal life, and that keeps on happening. In my case, it was my own sister's wedding. So we all know how Marwari weddings can get. So it was getting very tiring for me to stay focused without noise. So I tried to, tweak my schedule according to the timings. So I used to wake up at 4:30 a.m., guys, just to study for VRC, again go back to sleep at 6, then wake up at 9, and then attend my lecture. And so I devised up an entire schedule which suited my personal comfort level. So I feel it's very important to stay focused because, as I said, you have to be very balanced in all the sections. So you need to maintain your focus. So for that, I would personally recommend drawing up a schedule every night before you sleep, so that you can mention your targets, and that'll keep you, so that you can be on track and then monitor your progress accordingly. So try monitoring up a schedule which even states the timings in which you'll study. So that way you can put your head will be in the correct place. Second thing that I faced a problem was that I'm very socially active. Okay, so I have a lot of friends and my friend circle is huge. But I decided that this is the time I'm going to give it in one attempt. And I think I told this to Weber sir all the time. This is my only, first and only attempt. So I needed to ace it right there and then. So I decided that I'm going to give up on my social life. And that's what I did. I even made out timings. Like, so if I had a break of only 1 hour, in that 1 hour, I'd probably Netflix, I'd probably talk to my friends or spend time with my family. Other than that, I ensure to remove all the noise from my life. No friends, no family time, no relatives time. Only stay focused for 4 months. It just takes 4 months of correct focus, and I think it's the correct time to start right now. Third problem I faced was, like I said before, self-doubt. I said I'm a non-engineer and I see these, people scoring so well in AIMCATs and my percentile is just dropping. So I think you need to talk to someone at all times, probably your mentor. My mentor was Vaibhav Sir, so I was very safe and comfortable. So I hope your mentors are doing the same and make sure you're in constant touch with them. Keep them updated about your progress, not just so that they know about it, but that way if you talk to someone, it really helps. It helps you get a clearer picture of things and you get lesser stressed. So the problem with me was I used to feel that I'm not doing enough, and I used to tell him, I literally asked Vaibhav sir, sorry, mujhse ho payega kya? And I think he'll resonate with that question. I asked him that question till the last date of the exam, and even after that, when I was trying to give the interviews. So I think you need to have someone who understands you. So your mentors, I think, are the best people to communicate with, be it your emotional stress that you have, or even your, doubts that you have in your studying environment.
Right, Devyani. I think an important issue to draw from what Devyani said, that there are a lot of sacrifices required if you want to get into a good B school. It cannot be, everything cannot go along together if you're targeting an institute like an SP, because Devyani's target was always SP Gen, right from the very beginning. That was probably her dream institution. And we are so happy that she has been able to get into a institution like SPGen. But then there are a lot of we see their success stories, but there is a lot of hard work, persistence, determination, and sacrifices that are involved before they're able to reach this destination where they are today, right? And I think once you get into these B schools, you feel that whatever sacrifices I'd made, I think they're worth it. Right? So I think it's not all hunky and dory. When you look at them, it all seems extremely good looking at these students, but then there's a lot of hard work which is involved behind this. Abhishek, same question to you as well, right? Never a linear kind of a trajectory when you're looking at an MBA preparation, especially examination like CAT and IIFT, right? But then what challenges did you face as an individual and how did you overcome them?
The challenges when we tend to focus on such exams is that it at every stage you will face a new sort of challenge. For me, this was my second attempt. In my first attempt, I scored a 93 percentile, and I took a break. Like I focused on CET in 2020, and then I took a few months break, and I decided let's go for CAT again. So while going for it again, I just wrote down what challenges I faced. The first one was a stagnating score. Once you're done with your curriculum, once you're done with your classroom lectures, you start giving mocks, first two, three, 4 mocks, and by seventh or eighth mock, I feel that you start to have a stagnating score, like your percentile does not improve, or at times it even falls a percentile or two. So that was one challenge I faced. Second one was maintaining sectionals. For me, although I am an engineer, for some reason, I felt quant and LRDI to be very difficult, and VRC was surprisingly my strongest section. And the third thing, I think a few of you might feel the same, that my academics were not very good. So the option I would get to choose institutes were already very limited, and that was being on the back of my mind. So what I learned through the process was not to look at what I do not have, rather look at what I have. So when you try to prepare for it, always look for the best case scenario. Like whatever happens at the end of the day, you have to make sure that at least you put in the attempt so that you could tell yourself at the end, like, okay, I tried my best, this is where I landed, and I am happy. So, and coming to the part of stagnating score, I think you need to have a closer look at your sectionals, that the sectionals of AIMCATs that you're giving, as to where you're lacking. Are there particular topics that are being difficult to you, or why the accuracy is less? So I think you need to give more time to its analysis. And I personally believe, like, giving more mocks is not important, but giving a few decent mocks whose analysis is done completely in a correct way, that is much more important. Not just attempting mocks, say 40-50 kar diya, ho gaya, college mil gaya. That's not going to happen. You have to have at least 20 to 25 mocks, and then have a detailed analysis of each one, topic wise analysis, difficulty wise analysis. So it's important. You will get there. Initially it's difficult, but over time you get the hang of it.
Abhishek, I think an extremely critical issue which Abhishek has raised is an analysis of your MCATs, and there's something which we keep on telling all our students that until and unless you give the dedicated 4 or 5 hours of analysis to every MCAT, it never works. And I think he has very rightly pointed out that just giving mocks is not going to work out. You also have to analyze it, and I think that's something which Devyani will also agree to this idea that analysis of mocks is something which is very important. I'll come to Devyani about this question of analysis, right? Abhishek, two important issues, and that's a thread which I want to look at it, because a lot of students are in the same boat as you were. First is your second attempt, right? And the second one, which is almost looks like a gap which is there. And the second one is your academics, right? So not a very strong academics. Now that's a challenge a lot of students face, and these are some of the questions which are asked to us as well as faculty members कि हमारे academics कम हैं, हमारा second attempt है, a lot of pressure is there. How did you deal with all of this? Because that's something which is always there on your mind. You cannot brush it away under the carpet saying कि ठीक है देखा जाएगा, correct? So how did you deal with these mental challenges? Because I feel this is what is more important.
Yeah, sir. So I had a talk with Weber sir around June 2020, like I think 4 to 5 months before CAT, and I brought it up like, sir, what if I don't get through just because of my academics? Like I might have an excellent CAT score, but I won't get through with these academics. So what he told me back then was, there's literally nothing we can do. It's just a problem on the wall, and we can't do anything about it, unfortunately. Like it's gonna be there. What is the best thing you can do is you can sit down, you can give your wholehearted preparation, and then the best institute you get, you could say that it has been written in your say fate now. So uh, targeting the highest institutions is definitely good, I won't deny, but at times there are certain things which we can't do anything about. But it's not like all the institutions are lost. There are many great institutions that look at the that have greater weightage for CAT. So for example, we have IIM Udaipur, we have NITI, IIFT Delhi. I think as of now the selection criteria still is fairly balanced, but I can't say about future. So pay more dedicated efforts. Like if you have slightly poor acads, slightly like in ETs and all, try to maximize your CAT score. Like try to think of it, it's okay if I have this thing less, I'll maximize this side to balance it out. I'll have to give more, I'll have to give something more because I'm lacking in some place. So that's one place. Second place, if you do not have good acads, the best path which I took was honestly giving as many exams as possible after CAT, to attempt ZAT, SNAP, NMAT, IIFT. I gave all of those. And then when I have so many options available, my life got much more comfortable towards February. That at least I had calls. I was very, worried that I won't have calls. Like, itna score lake bhi kya karenge? But at the end of the day, yes, that should be your mentality. It's just there. Maximize your CAT score, maximize your dedication. Don't let it weigh you down. Okay, there will be many colleges that will be accepting you, and obviously, or you could even go for a work. If it doesn't work out this year, if you have poor accounts, it also tends to balance out, balance the scales slightly in your favor. So yeah, these are the things that can be done.
Thank you so much, Abhishek. Devyani, continue with this analysis of MCAT, right? So what kind of methodology did you employ to analyze an MCAT, right? So you do an MCAT, and then what did you do in terms of what specific points that you were looking at to analyze how well you have done and how could you improve?
So first of all, guys, this is like a request to you. Like, trust me, MCAT is like a blessing in your curriculum. So please attempt all of them, because like I agree with what Abhishek said. 20 plus is a must. You may feel it's too much, but trust me, it'll help you in the long run. So don't take it lightly and give as much as you can with a calm mind. So what I did for AIMCAT was that as soon as I used to give an AIMCAT, say 2 hours or 3 hours, depending on how the situation is, I would spend double the time analyzing it, because I used to look at not just the questions I attempted, I used to look at the other metrics that you have. Trust me, guys, these metrics are like I can't say that I can't put a price to it, because these metrics really help you a lot. Like you can see how much time you've spent on it and how much time people spent on it as well. So that, and there are videos attached with each question, so you can see different ways in which you can solve this particular question. So that's going to help you out. So try to spend double the time you take to solve the paper in analyzing your AIMCATs, because ultimately I think this is how you will grow. AIMCATs देना है ठीक है, exam की तरह दे दिया है, but if you don't understand what you've done well plus what you've done wrong, you will never know where you're standing. So please take it seriously, and I think spend more time analyzing it. Spend as much time as you can spend, in analyzing it, because I think that's how you'll figure your strengths and your weaknesses out.
Right. Abhishek, your take on how do you analyze an AIMCAT? You're given an AIMCAT, you got some score. Any specific pointers from your side to all the students who are appearing for AIMCAT, how they can make the maximum use of those AIMCATs and what kind of analysis that they can do?
All right. So coming to AIMCATs, it is very important that first of all you attempt AIMCATs in the scheduled window that you have. Like you are very lucky that you're getting a chance to attempt these exams from home. Back 2 years before, we had to book a slot. We had to go to the coaching institute and then sit there, wait there, and give. Try to think of this as an advantage, a time advantage that is being given to you. So you get maximum time to be allotted towards your studies. And as sorry, I forgot your name. As she added out, as she said that it is very
Devyani.
important to Devyani, yeah, sorry. It is very important to analyze, and yes, it might even take more than double the time. I have seen many of my friends skipping the analysis, saying, "यार time बहुत लग रहा है." So it's absolutely useless. The AIMCAT, the 3 hours you put in is absolutely useless if you do not go through it. You are very fortunate that time gives so many metrics. It gives you the exact rank you are standing nationally, and trust me, that is a very good indicator. And another thing is, don't get disheartened if say a few of those AIMCATs don't score well. Like I scored about 98 percentile, and I think my weakest performance was in August or September, 78 percentile, and I usually hovered around 88 to 94. I'm not saying just these are the safe areas. I'm just saying that you will definitely be performing much more better in CAT. Like when you will be sitting in front of the paper, you'll be like, I can do this, because you have prepared for it, and that will only come if you have given say at least 15 to 20 AIMCATs and you have analyzed them thoroughly. Initially you might even take thrice the time, or 10 hours, 12 hours. The best way to do is divide it section wise. Today I'll do VARC, tomorrow I'll do LRDI, day after I'll do quant, and then you'll write it down. These were my mistakes, just in short. And then as you go ahead, you'll see that your analysis time might reduce to 5 hours for a 2 hour exam, might reduce to 5 hours, 4 hours, or sometime even 3.5 hours. Because you'll you start to realize while solving the paper, like these are the things where I am facing difficulties, obstacles. So when you'll be analyzing such things later on, it gets quite more efficient, quite more enjoyable, and obviously you'll get much more out of it.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Abhishek. Okay, I've been joined by my third participant, Rituja. Rituja, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Okay, great. So Rituja is currently a student of IIM Indore PGP program. And along with IIM Indore, she's also got calls from IIM Bodh Gaya, IIM Jammu, Raipur, Sirmaur, Rohtak, right? So a whole host of IIMs. And she chose to pursue her PGP program from IIM Indore. Again, an engineer by training, right? So welcome Rituja to this session, and probably we hope that your own kind of preparation, your own experience would probably be able to help a lot of the students who are listening to us today. So your own take about how do you go about preparing for an MBA entrance exam like CAT, and specific advice from your side to all the students at this stage of their CAT preparation. We are almost in the month of July now, and there are almost 4 more months remaining to prepare for CAT. So what kind of advice would you like to give to our students, that what can they do in these 4 months to increase their chances of performing well in the CAT examination?
Yeah, first, what I would like to highlight is CAT is not a rocket science exam. It's just the consistency and the time, time-based exam. So basically, what you need to focus is on the consistency. As my other panelists have mentioned, giving mock is very important. at the same time, I would like to focus on the point along with giving the entire 3 hours or 2 hours of test. It is also important to attempt the sectional test. So because that will give you like where are you going wrong, and I would like to request you all that you give the exams in the 3 slots that are basically available, so that you will get acquainted with that time duration. Because our mindset during those hours is very crucial, and you need to prepare for all the 3 slots. So yeah, and the other thing that I would like to focus is try to give every mock test as it is your final CAT exam. And yeah, you need to analyze each and every test. And what I did personally was I had prepared an Excel sheet where I had records of all my MCAT, which questions were correct, which were incorrect. Basically, this will give you an overall analysis on what type of questions you're going wrong on, and what you need to improvise, and it will also give you a take over what questions you're doing correct, so you can basically focus on that sets of question. Because according to me, what CAT is not attempting all the questions, it's about attempting the best that you can, right? So yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Rituja. Divyani, coming to you, right? CAT as an exam is not like a GE where you just give the entrance exam, you get into an institution, right? There is a post CAT preparation which is also required. So once you give the CAT exam, you get good scores. The whole issue is conversion of the scores, right? So any specific tips that you like to give to all the people listening out, that what can you do to clear the GD and the PI and the VAT stage of an institution like an IIM or an MDI or a SPJ?
So, Time Institute has a process that it follows for GDPI. First, they'll ask you to submit your resume, then they'll ask you to submit your FAQs. You will come to that later as you reach that stage. But please follow all the norms that they're suggesting, because they're experienced with this field. And I can tell you for a fact, because I did whatever they asked me to do. And if you think that I am a success today because of what I did, then I think you should listen to them blindly. Then one more thing that you need to do is in your interviews, be as honest as possible. Because if you try to say something which you don't believe in, the interviewers, the panelists will catch you, and you will just lose out your dream score because of one particular lie that you probably didn't mean, it just came out. So you have to be very careful of what you say. And if you're not so good at public speaking, try practicing each day. Try to look for a friend with whom you can have daily interviews or interactions. Look at yourself in the mirror, practice each day. And I think Time Institute will also offer you mock interviews where they get panelists from real industry, with real industry experience, and they'll really help you out. They'll get you out of your comfort zone. So I think just be confident, and one line again, be honest during all your interviews.
Okay. A follow-up question to this, Divyani, that the IIMs and all these PE schools are now also starting implemented the VAT process, right? So GD has been more or less rolled out from most of these institutions. It's now all VAT. So I would like you to quickly in 2 minutes tell students that what can they do to improve the VAT part in terms of the content as well as their writing, because both of them are very important. If your content is good, but if you cannot write well, I think it does not serve the purpose. And if you can write well but you don't have the content, again, it's not going to help you. So I want your advice on both of these issues to all the students who are listening out there.
So, if you notice the kind of VATs these B schools offers, they're ideally informal topics. They're about yourself, or there'll be abstract topics. So, second will be based on real life incidents. So, you need to be updated about whatever is happening. So, each night I do this as a daily basis. Even now, I have 5-6 apps on my phones which are all about news, and I read them. I spend around 30-40 minutes each day reading news, so that I'm aware about what's happening. And just like how you practice for CAT, you have to practice for VAT as well. Because that's how you'll stand out. Because since you need to score well in CAT, you need to score well in your VAT also. And you surely don't want to lose out of B school because of your VAT not being good. So each day practice. Time Institute will give you like a plethora of topics from which you can practice. And I used to do this on a daily basis. I used to write at least one VAT, and I used to submit it to Jyoti ma'am. And trust me, she'll respond with absolutely, perfect remarks. And then once you get the hold of it, right, it doesn't become very difficult. In the actual stage, you'll be very calm and confident. So I think just like CAT, you need practice here, and content-wise, you need to read. You can't help it. It may sound very boring, but news is a must. Even now I'm required to study news because that's how SPJMR is, right? they ask you to prepare presentations. So I'm glad I got that habit, and I'd urge you to spend at least 30 minutes every day doing that now also.
Okay. Devyani, one last question before you do, because she has a wedding at her house, so we'll have to probably, leave her for before the session ends. Uh, what mistakes did you make, Devyani, while giving the CAT examination? Any mistakes that you think uh, that probably the other students can learn from and not repeat while they are appearing for the CAT examination?
So before CAT, my strongest section was VARC, but I scored the least in that section. And because I was the first section that comes up during the CAT exam, and I was freaking out. Like I said, I decided before only that this is my only attempt. So I went with that mindset. I freaked myself out during the exam, and I ruined my first section. But then somehow during the last 5 minutes of the section, I calmed myself down, and the other two sections I did pretty well. And that's how I got a decent CAT score. But don't freak out, guys. Just go with a calm mind. For 2 days, I would request you to not study also. Just go through your formula, just relax, Netflix, chill with your friends for 2 days, and then go for the exam. Don't panic during the exam because that's what I did.
Right. Okay, great guys. Thank you so much, Devyani, for sharing your time on a day where you're wedding at your house and providing all the students who are listening to us with some kind of an advice on how to go about preparing for the MBA examination and the post-CAT preparation as well. Thank you so much once again, Devyani, for joining
Thank you.
us.
Thank you for inviting me. And one thing I'd like to end up with, if you guys need any help, you can reach out to me or you can reach out to Vaibhav sir or Kumar sir if you require any help from my end. And trust me, you're in the best institution possible. So just come, let them also help you out and be focused. So thank you guys.
Thank you so much, Devyani. Okay. Uh, right, guys. So I have been joined by Shivani. Shivani, are you able to hear me?
Yes, I'm able to hear you.
Wonderful. So I've been joined by Shivani Borse. Now Shivani comes from a pharmacy background, right? She has completed her B Pharma, and as soon as just completing her B Pharmacy, she also appeared for her CAT examination. And fortunately, I think for us as well, she has been able to go into an institution which she always wanted to go and into a program which she always aspired to be in. She has been admitted to the PGP HRM program of IIM Indore. Along with IIM Indore, she also got a call from IIM Raipur, IIM Bodh Gaya, and IIM Jammu. Right? Let me welcome Shivani. Thank you so much, Shivani, for joining me today.
Thank you, sir. It is glad to be the part of like where I used to listen to all the uh, interviews and other speakers. It's a very honored to be the part of such speaking to all the audience here.
Wonderful. Now, Shivani, you come from a pharmacy background, right? Coming from a pharmacy background and then looking at an MBA as a program, right? And that's something which students tend to keep on asking. Okay, we are not engineers, we are not even BCom, we come from a different background, such as pharmacy. So, will IIMs take us? That's the first question which a lot of students have their mind. Will IIM look at pharmacy people and take them for their MBA program and not ask a question as to why did you not join a M Pharma and probably why are you taking up an MBA program? So with your experience and also considering the fact that you are a fresher, right? You don't
Yeah.
come with a 2 or 3 years kind of a work experience. What is your suggestion to all the people who are out here of a different, pharmacy is obviously one of them, but coming from a different stream other than being an engineer or a BCom or a BBA? Let's say there are some people who are coming from an arts background or a hotel management background. So do
Yes.
you think IIMs have a bias against you people, or they give everybody an equal weightage when they are selecting students with whatever experience that you had?
Actually, sir, our induction program were conducted just few days back, and also we have the faculty interacting with us every now and then. From them, I got to know that just they have a special corner, like a soft corner for such a student, as they form the part of 1% batch, and actually they are looking forward to increase this diversity in them. So like if you are from a very varied background like arts or philosophy, humanities, pharmacy, and any other, please go to it. Like engineering, to be honest, I had 83 percentile in my CAT, and still I got selected at IIM Indore. So the fact is that during interview they just measure your potential. Like, are you even coming from the different background, or like not have? I thought for Indo I would need like 90 percentile and all, but on 83 percentile they just measure our potential. Are we able to handle it? They measure the clarity of thoughts. That's what they want. So it's not necessary you have to be engineer. You need the finance knowledge and all. If you have the potential to grasp it, you are the best fit candidate for them. So I would request like all the art student, like go and try for it. There are many psychology related subject to it, like consumer behavior, organizational management, that ultimately deals with the consumer psychology. So, so I would just, it is a nothing biased towards it. In fact, they will welcome you and incorporate you uh, with them.
Right. Thank you so much, Shivani, for handing out this hope to all the people who come from a different background, that they in fact have a soft corner for people who are coming from a different background rather than being against them. Right.
Yes.
Abhishek, coming back to you, that how did you prepare? Because again, you have been selected into IIT, which is again one of the most prestigious institutions in the country, right? And then again, all of these institutions are not just about clearing the written exam; they are also about what do you do after you clear the exam, correct? So, how did you prepare yourself for the post written exam process? Some kind of a journal outline, or also very specific suggestion to the students how to go about doing it.
One specific suggestion which I have for all of you today is the reason you're giving CAT exam is because you see yourself each and every one of you as future managers, right? So as managers, it is very important that you not only have you are factually correct in everything, you also have an opinion surrounding many things. So, like, as I think Devyani before leaving, she pointed it out, it is very important to read news. I was a regular follower of news for the past 3 to 4 years. Like, that was the only thing I had to do because I had to, travel around a lot in my college. So, like, whenever I used to get time, just not to get bored, I used to open it up and start reading economics, politics, and especially editorial. So what it does, it transforms your perspective. It increases your knowledge, and trust me, even if you somehow get through the interview process, group discussion, and especially VAT is extremely difficult if you do not have a knowledge about current affairs. And if you get a current affair topic and you don't have any knowledge about it, consider yourself that you're done for the college, honestly. So now you have, say, a lead time of around, I think the results are out in Jan. So you have around 6 to 7 months. That is much more than what is sufficient. Like I committed that mistake that I fine-tuned my strategy for VAT in the last month. But my humble request to you all would be to, read one newspaper, start slowly, the Economic Times, the events that are happening, try to shape some opinion. There are certain I would suggest one channel, The Print. Every night they upload say 20 minutes or odd video. So you'll get a much more deeper analysis as to okay, this incident happened, what's going on, and there might be times when you have to present a political or economic, like what should be done here or what is your opinion about it. So it is expected at that moment in interviews that you have an opinion, even in VAT. Like at least you have something, even if you're on a neutral side, you have something to state. And honestly, वहां जाके current affairs prepare करना is very difficult because that time you'll have much more on your plate. And trust me when I say this, this is a tough part, the preparation to CAT, but it is the most we could say, uh, most clear, like okay, itna hi karna hai and then I'm done. Post CAT it gets very I would say, like I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to make a statement of purpose, HR, prepare for HR questions. So prepare for VAT, prepare for GD. Each college has their own process. So what you can do now is you can go through news, form opinions, And this one thing which I would like to say is like prepare for extempos, because many colleges now take extempos as well, and there is a high chance you'll be sitting in front of a monitor and giving a 1 minute extempo, 1 minute or three. And in my case, IIFT this year had a 3 minute extempore. And the challenging part about extempore is that you get only half the time of what you have to say. So if you have to say for 1.5 minutes, you'll get about 45 seconds. I had to say for 3 minutes and I only got 1 minute. So structuring your thoughts, if you start inculcating that in you now, pick any topic, pick say a pen, a dot, any abstract topic or any current affair, say the rising petrol prices. So what comes to your mind, you have to jot down the points, compare it in on with what's on the websites of news channels, and then take a stand or then add to it the facts. So it is very essential you start building. And even if you get into college and you don't have these things, it will get very difficult, because it, in the initial few days, the pre-induction part, you are expected to make many PPTs, you are expected to research about the topics, and going ahead, even though summer placements and final placements, okay, it is expected कि आप GD में बैठो, interview में बैठो, you perform well, and if you start now, that's the only way you can get through. So yeah, that's all.
Right.
And I just
Rituja,
one small
yeah,
part,
please
coming to
go
the
ahead.
other, yeah, they're coming to other exams. First focus on CAT. CAT is your main focus, because ये exam जितने colleges देगा ना आपको, there are no other exam as exam in India जो इतने options देगा, and that too so many good. So try to take it as your primary aim. I did. I scored about 98, and I got NEET. I think that was my best call from CAT. Um, for other exams, it is essential that you focus on grammar and vocabulary. Just allot half an hour from here to say October. October के बाद just like swoop it over 10 minutes, because honestly, grammar and vocabulary CAT में नहीं आता. CAT needs a very, say, above average vocabulary. If you read stuff, you will get it. And it is essential, as soon as CAT gets over, take a day's break. बट उसके जस्ट बाद मेक श्योर कि एनमैट का पैटर्न क्या है, गिव वन मॉक एग्जाम, एनमैट का क्या पैटर्न है, आईआईएफटी का क्या है, स्नैप का क्या है, जैट का क्या है. सो वंस यू गेट द हैंग ऑफ इट, ओके अभी 4-5 एग्जाम के लिए 1 मंथ में प्रिपेयर करना है, सो इट वोंट बी टफ, बट यू नीड टू से कि गैप जो है, द वोकैब पार्ट, द ग्रामर पार्ट, LRDI तो पूरा ही हर एग्जाम में फ्लिप हो जाता है. इन दैट वी हैव डिसीजन मेकिंग, तो डिसीजन मेकिंग हो जाएगा. बट अदर एग्जाम, they have a very intensive calculation in data interpretation, जो that is done initially in your preparation. So don't think कि ये CAT में नहीं आता है, so it's not important. बाकी exams में definitely it will be much help. I'll come back to IIFT later. So how you should prepare, find your strategy for NMAT and IIFT.
Right. Great, Abhishek. I think Abhishek has raised a very important issue, that you have to prepare well for an examination like CAT, because it gives you the kind of choices which no other exam can give you in terms of the number of institutions. Right. Rituja, and that's a question I think which a lot of students who are currently in their third year or in the final year have, that you have an academic burden which is there, right? So you have to study for all the end semester examination, the mid semester examinations, all of those examinations and assignments, and along with that you have to prepare for CAT, right? So how did you plan your studies for CAT, along with what do you have to do in terms of your academic preparation for examination, the submissions over there in the college? How did you manage both of them?
So I guess, as I said earlier also, CAT is an exam of consistency. So what I did was, Saturday and Sunday, usually we all are free. So giving mocks over Friday evening, or after I get free, and then analyzing it over Saturday and Sunday. And so even if you don't get time to stretch for the exam, like 2 hours or 3 hours, it's very necessary to attempt the sectional test. So like giving any exam in a time-based manner is very important, that I feel you need to be doing. And yeah, of course, then analyzing it. So like I said, along with the academics, you need to spare some time. I'm not saying that you will have to prepare for 4 or 5 hours, but of course, a consistency of at least half an hour daily will contribute towards a larger good.
Okay. Shivani, I would like to ask you the same question, considering the fact you come from a pharmacy background, and then again, like an engineering profession, you also have a lot of practicals along with assignments, coming through. So how did you plan your own preparation for CAT, along
Uh,
with the kind of academic preparation is required as far as your own degree course is concerned?
yes, sir. Actually, we had a. It's like subjective to everyone, but I will tell my own. Like we had a session, a college session in the early morning, from 10 to somewhat it ranged up to afternoon. So I allotted my first half, the morning slot, to the my college work, my assignments. I tried to finish up all the assignment by afternoon itself, and to study and everything. Like first half I kept for my degree. Then after power nap, I utilized my second half for CAT preparation. And honestly, we don't need like to. I mean, not like 7 8 hours of CAT preparation initially. Uh, like 1% every day will make 100% ultimately. So instead of putting 100% one day and relaxing for other 100 days, it's good to put your 1% each day. The first thing is take it slowly, gradually. You understand like where you need to work upon, and you develop that momentum to prepare. So I just want to tell that initially, even I made the same mistake. I used to work a lot, and then after 2 3 days, I didn't had any mood to study or to do the things. So to take it structurally, gradually, and slowly. So don't rush the things, but don't leave them also. So that's what I would like to say. Balancing between your degree and CAT preparation.
Right. I think what has been an important issue which has been raised by, I think, all three or all four of them, is this some kind of planning that is involved when you're preparing for CAT. It cannot be random preparation, right? So you have to create a structure, you have to create a timetable upon by yourself, and as Shivani said, it's subjective. So there is no one quick fix solution for everybody. It depends upon your own schedule, that you have to devise a plan, or how do you want to, manage both your examination, the academics part of, degree course, along with your CAT preparation, and nothing can be left for the end. And that's something which is very, very clear. Abhishek, coming back to you, any major mistakes that you made which you regret right now when you were writing the CAT examination?
Uh, I think I'd go with the fact that the I wasn't ex I had a morning slot this year, CAT 2020. I think it was 8:30 to 10:30, something like that. So one major mistake was, the planning as to what my execution strategy would be. I had a traditional idea as to, okay, paper might look something like this. So in case, it's very possible that the pattern might change for you, because this year we saw many discrepancies. The percentile gap, the score gap being between students being very less. I think at 90 you had 98th percentile, and at 101 you had 99th percentile. So this year was a very extraordinary circumstance, honestly, and everyone was shocked back then, because 98, 99 pe jaake bhi, like, you aren't able to get a good college because the gap had reduced significantly. So there is a high chance that this year the CAT pattern will again change. Don't expect a repeat of 2020, and I really hope you guys get to enjoy the 3 hour pattern. And so you have to be ready for changes in pattern. Like, I think time will suitably make you, mocks denge ki, such this mock has 70 questions, this mock has 74, some mocks might have more questions. So it is essential that you have some flexibility in mind going ahead, कि मैं ऐसा ऐसा करके जा रहा हूँ, प्लान करके एग्जाम ऐसे ऐसे करना है, एंड दैट माइट नॉट हैपन दैट डे. यू हैव टू improvise your strategy. The maximum head start you will have is कि instruction में लिखा रहेगा इतने, there are so many questions that you have to solve in so many minutes. So that's all you're gonna have. And एक long term strategy as to CAT preparation cannot be randomized. You need a long term strategy. So that strategy could be, once you get through mocks, you realize there are certain important topics in each section. For verbal we have VAR, the reading comprehensions. Try to brush up with reading comprehensions by August end. Okay, so that would provide a very strong base. Like majority questions cover हो गए VA में, VRC में honestly theory ज़्यादा नहीं है, it's all about practice. DILR, you have to try to solve different kinds of set. AIMCATs will provide you with ample amount of good sets. And for quant, I think it's the most important section you need to plan in the long term. Try to finish the basic arithmetics as early on as possible, because CAT is definitely shifting to a more arithmetic focused paper. And arithmetics, number systems, and then go for geometry algebra, because number system plus arithmetics will form more than half of your paper, I think, or even at least 40%. Then go for geometry and algebra, and then go so on. Okay. And the second thing you have to realize is, as you'll go ahead, you'll realize कि AMCAT ना हर paper अलग difficulty आ रहा है. That is by intention. It is not just कि आपका performance swing हो रहा है. It is by design, because you don't know last day पे आपको कौन सा slot मिलने वाला है. You might get first slot, second slot, or third slot, and the difficulty varies wildly. Like this year, the first slot had a balanced set, like a balanced approach. VRC was tough on the tough side, QA was on the tough side, but in the last session, LRDI was super tough, and quant was slightly easier than other two sections. So these scores do get balanced out, but it is essential that सिर्फ score balance out करने से you won't get the advantage. The mental attitude required कि sir ये difficulty level change हो गया है, I have to adapt to it. Like थोड़े attempts कम ज़्यादा करने पड़ेंगे, accuracy को focus करना है. So these are the things you need to keep in mind. Like they are very important, and if you start practicing today, you will perfect the strategy by November. Trust me.
Rituja, would like to continue with that, because it's always good to get experience, advice from more and more people on this issue. Any specific mistakes which you thought which you did, and probably if you would not have done that, you would have scored a much better percentile, and you would
Yeah,
like to specifically point out, don't do this.
yeah. So actually, I would second on what Abhishek has said, and like narrating my incidents of CAT. So I had the third slot, and during my DILR, so as we all know that the exam was shifted from 3 hours to 2 hours. So basically, the pattern was changed. So even though I knew by like first two slots were done by my slots, that there was a pattern of 4 and 6 questions in DILR. So basically, as usual, I had a pattern of going through all the questions in DILR and selecting my preferred 3 or 4 sets that I would do initially. So I had selected the 3 questions as of then, and like I had practiced for like four questions wale sets. But then what I thought in the exam was I'll go with the 6 question set, even though I knew that it was difficult, but the greed of like getting hold of 6 question like got over my mind, and then I wasn't able to complete that, and then I shifted towards the Venn diagram question, which was comparatively easy, and then I could do it. But what I would like to focus over here is, if the greed of solving those 6 questions wouldn't have been there, I would probably have been able to solve more sets. So I guess you should focus on strategy that you have been using, and instead of like grabbing for more number of questions, go with your gut feeling of what you can get right. So yes, so that's the thing that I like mistake that I've done, and I would say that don't get into the trap of solving many questions.
Right, an important issue, Rituja, that don't try to solve too many of them. Focus on a limited number of questions and get it right, because accuracy is something which is extremely important in CAT. And the second important issue which Abhishek has raised is the idea of flexibility. You have to have, you can't go with a rigid set of mindset in an examination like CAT. So you need to be flexible in your approach. Shivani, is any major mistakes that you did other than what Rituja and Abhishek have already talked about, which you feel that you would like to advise to the present students that guys, don't do this. This is what I did, but then it didn't work out well.
As you all know that I am a fresher, and I thought like profile matters the most, I am and all. So what I did was I started hunting for various courses, certification, and everything. In that process, there was a lag in my CAT preparation. I did it at the expense of CAT preparation, which is very wrong. Even if you are fresher, okay, you will be shortlisted on your percentile after all. So profile matters, but the main step that will open the gateway is your percentile. So don't build your try to build your profile at the cost of your preparation. The rest of the thing the Rutuja and Abhishek have very well covered. Also, is that okay? If you want to build profile, just do it. Means that build a profile which actually matter. Like I always intended to get into HR things and all, and luckily uh, HRM Indore is what I got. But had that been not the case, I think, I mean, really, that is the biggest mistake I did, and therefore I think if I could have utilized that time for something good, I would have got more percentile. But ultimately, that was a lucky escape. We all don't get that.
Right. Thank you so much, Shivani, for raising this issue that certification cannot be at the cost of your CAT examination, because even if you get a certificate, but if you don't score well in the examination, it's not going to help.
Yeah, and one more thing is that we are now preparing the resume, many of my certificates were rejected by the mentors, saying that they don't fit or like, see, for look whether the certification has the real worth or the value. और अभी तो बहुत सारे certification courses रहते कोई भी कर लेता है. So just don't fall for the trap, because they won't be accepted by the mentor ultimately.
Right. I think certification just for the sake of certification does not help. Right. It has to add
Actually,
value to what you are already doing. I think that
yeah.
is what Shivani wants to tell all of you. Now we come to a very, very important issue, Abhishek, and that's something I want you to talk to students. The mental framework, just give examination, you appear for AIMCAT, but then does not suffice for an examination like CAT. What kind of mental attitude is required for succeeding in an examination like CAT? That's the first thing. And once you have cleared the exam post CAT, right? So, what is that mental preparation, Abhishek, that is required? Because I think that is something which is the need of the hour, considering the fact that CAT exam might come out to be, extremely different from what you had expected. There are a lot of humps in the preparation. So, in terms of not in terms of the hard skills, but in terms of the overall softer skills of an individual, what kind of mental attitude do you need to have?
I'll definitely touch it. The main problem with what I'm gonna say is like each one of you is in a unique position. Each one of you has a different academic background, a different college, different work experiences. So what I say might not necessarily reflect on you, but I want you to see the way that I approach things. So the major factor for me was poor academics. Second one was like I was a fresher, and obviously due to lockdown there weren't much job opportunities for me as a mechanical engineer. So this was my only shot. So one essential thing you could do is जो बाकी दुनिया की चीजें है, the stress you have, academic pressure, everything, उसको एक जगह रखना. And when you sit down to prepare for CAT, you just see I'm sitting in front of my PC that would be allotted to me on CAT day, and I'll be giving exams. Trust me, every mock is a replication of a CAT exam, as it is the format. Obviously, format might shift a bit. So it is essentially the essential that you attempt each mock test as the final exam, and the final exam as a mock test. Okay, that's a way in which you can simplify things. Okay, and post CAT, I think the mental strategy, once you start scoring, the mental part or gets sorted as it is. So you have to figure it out ki like boss itna score kar liya, I will get through it. That is what you need to keep in mind. Even if you're scoring less, you have to keep preparing. And I think Kumar sir will agree with me that ये एम कैट का परसेंटाइल इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी अ फाइनल परसेंटाइल. उसमें काफी कुछ ऐड अप होके आने वाला है, बिकॉज यू आर गोइंग टू बी प्रेप्ड सो प्रॉपरली that expect a good score. And post cat prep is like when you will be sitting down and जब लोगों के कॉल्स आना चालू हो गए, then you will see कि यार ये कॉल नहीं आया. I honestly didn't have any Blackie calls, okay, and even IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, I didn't have those. So I felt very disheartened कि यार मतलब गेम चालू होने के पहले ही हार गए ऐसे. Like I was getting that feel, but obviously I was like उस point पे कि I really can't do anything about it. The max I can do is like attempt more exams, give widen my variety of options. And एक बार कॉलेज ने मुझे सिलेक्ट किया जिन जिन ने, then I'll select those colleges, okay? And this is a reality check for you. Everyone thinks like I'll pick this college. To be very frank, you are in no place to choose a college. The college chooses you, and then you get the chance to choose one. So be that humble, okay? Have a good strategy, have a good even post cat strategy. Just because of some poor result, don't back down कि ये नहीं हुआ. Think बचा क्या क्या है ये. I can do this, I can do that, I can score more in VAT, I can score more in PI, and trust me, PI, VAT, extempore, these are the game changers. If you don't perform, we have even seen 100 percentiles getting rejected. The PI VAT is a game changer. If you present yourself professionally, if you strike a chord with the interviewer, you write a good VAT, your chances to get selected get exceedingly high, because I think almost many colleges, काफी colleges का तो CAT से भी ज़्यादा weightage PI को चला गया अभी. Like that is the thing you have in hand post CAT. Focus on it, and also the other than the omits, the exams other than CAT. I'm trying to come back to that point again and again. Please try to attempt as many as you can in a good way, because once you will have options now, you will the January to April part goes much more comfortably, thinking I have options, ye nahi to ye nahi to ye, and what at the end of the day, when you go in with that mindset, you have a high chance ki sab list convert ho gaye. And when in June, when you write down, okay, this ye colleges convert ho gaye, now you're gonna speak with the mentor and say, sir, best college kaun sa hai? Trust me, it's every bit of effort is worth that feeling. So don't think कि today my life is कि मेरे को 4 घंटा बैठना पड़ रहा है, mock देना पड़ रहा है. Think at the end of the day result ये रहेगा, I'll have a good MBA college, I'll get to learn from people around me. It will be a totally amazing and different environment for you guys. So keep that in mind, long term goals and not the short term problems, okay?
Right. Rituja, how do you manage this mental game for CAT? Because I think that's something which a lot of students face, that they start preparing, then they realize कि नहीं work out हो रहा है, मेरा तो score ही नहीं आ रहा है in CAT के अंदर, and they lose hope altogether, right? So how do you manage this mental framework?
So yeah, sir, I had been through this phase of my life, and I've contacted you or the seniors of time as well. So what I want to say over here is what percentile you have in your mock is not accurate representation of your actual. By this, what I mean is there are limited number of people sometimes who are giving. So don't look at MCAT as your the scores, but look at the efforts that are being there, analyze them, and at the same time CAT is basically a marathon, so you have to continuously go on preparation. Don't stretch yourself, as Shivani has said, over hours. Maintain the consistency, and yeah, reach out to more people if you feel. Give yourself sufficient breaks. And the second thing that I would like to say is widen your options, because like if one exam doesn't go well, it's not the end. And keep preparing for them as well. As Abhishek has said, I've observed like after CAT, many people get relaxed and don't prepare for the upcoming exams. So that is not the end, I feel. You need to give your best in all other exams, because you don't know which will be your best performance. And even though if you have performed well, there's always the competition that you never know. So keep your options open, have your own research, and apply for more number of college that you can. So yes, and after CAT preparation, what I want to say is go on keep yourself updated with the current affairs, and this would also benefit you in the VARC section, and of course in the interview and the VAT processes as well.
Right. Shivani, your take on this?
Yes, sir.
How do you deal with the mental challenges of preparing for CAT?
The actually CAT is more of mental game, honestly. The thing is, we when we don't excel in mocks and sectional test and all, we ultimately feel ki no, this is not made for me, or I'm not made for cat, and we just go into that depression phase. Like, in spite of all the efforts, we are not getting the result. The first thing is, don't convert it into do or die thing. It's not the do or die game. You keep many option open there. If you don't convert here, you will convert in some other thing. So I agree with Abhishek and what Rutuja had said, ki there are many options. This is not the ultimate. If you convert it into do or die, you will you know come with more competitiveness, come with more rigor that will uh, affect yourself. You will affect yourself in the negative way. I also, uh, honestly speaking, you will be the future manager, future CEOs, not CEOs, obviously, but future manager handling the various big positions. So the cat itself is making you headstrong. Go headstrong. The, try to, first of all, if you want to manage a big company, first begin from yourself. Try to manage yourself. If you cannot manage yourself, how will you manage the big companies and 100 plus employees working in there? So go headstrong. Once you know the layers of it, what the cat wants. The cat wants is to prepare yourself rigorously. The Rutuja would agree with me. She is my batchmate. That um, I am prepares the I am prepare you for the rigor. I am prepare you the I am prepares the future manager. So the first thing is to be headstrong, to be able to face the adversities, and it should start from oneself.
Right. Right. I think Shivani has raised a very, very important issue. This is not a do or die game. So you have to relax, take it easy. You have to need to be focused in your preparation, but then mentally you don't need to carry that pressure right till the examination day. Another question which I would like to ask to both Rituja and Shivani, because that's something which Abhishek and Devyani have already covered before. Rituja, how did time help you in your preparation for CAT examination and also the post CAT preparation, especially the GDs and the PIs and the VATs of the thing?
Yeah, so talking about that phase is the lectures, of course, that were there, and the MCAT that everyone has focused on it. So apart from MCAT, it's analysis, and basically we could reach out to you. And at the same time, we had after 2-3 months, every though the pandemic was going on, we could schedule a one-to-one meeting where we could ask the doubts, and as well as you have previously stated that when we used to feel low, we could get back to you. And after cat stage is one of the most important, because that's the game changer. What I feel is, if you perform well, you are in, and not, then like you can just you won't be able to convert the college. So for that also we had the interview and the VAT process, which I guess is very essential, because like you can't just go for a college interview just like that without any mock. So yeah, I feel and I just remember the day when I had given my mock interview. It was seriously pathetic. It was a long interview. I guess that covered many things, because exactly we don't know what will be asked, but then the 1 hour long interview gave me the things that I need to focus on. So yeah, that was my journey with time.
Right. Thank you so much, Rituja. Shivani?
Uh, yes, I was the science student from 2 years. I joined in from the third year. So actually, it went very structurally and systematically. Even when the pandemic hit us, uh, we had a classroom session early in the morning where we could cover the. I mean, we went very structurally from the scratch. Like, being from the pharmacy student, it was not easy to get the hold of quant and DINR. So uh, the time have all this in a structured manner. So I would request you all to make the best use of the available resources at the of the times. Even the during pandemic also, I like that you know analysis part in which they could give the which option you could have chosen, there was there which section I don't remember, but it was there in the analysis, the difficulty level and which you could have attempted. So that help you to go up the question. And um, about speaking about post cat experiences, yes, the frequently asked question and the resume helped us a lot during our induction program as well. uh, and I agree with Rutuja that interview are the game changer. And I have been, I mean, I can be the example of this. Like, in spite of getting 83 percentile, I knew I had a buffer call from Indore, and I knew this is my only chance to get converted. So I prepared, religiously about what the cat has, what the Times has provided. All those HR question, that frequently asked question, utilizing all this material available on student homepage. So there, because of that, I could just convert my buffer call. And I was like pretty sure, हाँ 83 पे बस buffer call आया है, convert होगा ही नहीं. So I just utilized all my potential, focused all the things into a one place. This is a real game changer. So just take post CAT preparation as seriously as you are taking CAT preparation. And that's a big thank you to Times. They have helped me in all the stages, like from like scratch to getting converted. And even after that, whenever, like, I used to contact to my buzzer for college and all. That's really awesome. The thing is, whatever you're doing now, you do it just religiously, with more dedication.
Right. Thank you so much, Shivani. Okay, guys. So one last question to all of you. I've kept you on hold for more than an hour. Abhishek, a single biggest piece of advice that you would like to give to all the cat aspirants. That you do this. This is one big thing that I would like to recommend to all of you.
uh, like everything that has been discussed today. So I would like you all to keep this in mind. Like try to jot it down because last time when we had the session, I honestly forgot एक महीने बाद कि क्या क्या बोला था. So try to inculcate strategies, and you don't have to follow what we said blindly. You have to draw inspirations to create your own strategy because you are a unique person with your unique capabilities. And I believe many of you have capabilities that are far superior than us. Who we are sitting here today. So you have to believe in that. And when, like, yes, the overall structure of preparation, think of it as a big process at domino. Like every piece needs to be in its place for the perfect result. There might be some obstacles, okay, but try to give the best, because at the end of the whole process, I want you to be like sit down like last interview ke baad, I did my best throughout the year. CAT preparation अच्छा किया, OMET preparation अच्छा किया, the post CAT preparation अच्छा किया. All I have to do is wait for the results now. Okay, so you have to plan key things in such a way that thing like everything falls in its place. First and foremost, syllabus completion. Just after that would be mock analysis, cat, and obviously I think Vaibhav sir and Kumar sir will guide you really well there. And I hope all of you just do listen when they say ye karo, as soon as they say it, I get it done as fast as possible. You will honestly thank them at the end कि boss ऐसे ऐसे process में किया, and at the end when you overlook it, like this was the best way it could have been done. So keep all these things in mind. Okay.
Right. Thank you so much, Abhishek. Rituja, the biggest advice that you want to give to all the prospective MBA candidates?
Yeah, I would like to say that believe in yourself. Everything will turn out to be good. Just keep on working hard, and I would like to focus on power of manifestation. If you are imagining yourself to be in a B school, you surely will be there. Just keep on working hard, be consistent, and yeah, don't lose hope.
Thank you so much, Rituja. Shivani, the biggest piece of advice that you would like to give to all the CAT students, the prospective managers?
Yes, actually, you are all time students, so you don't need to hunt everything. Everything is served on your plate. So, I would like to advise you that don't freak out. You already have everything. Just don't get irritated, freak out. Uh, Instead of giving 100%, as I said earlier, instead of giving 100% on one day and then relaxing the uh, couple of days, just try to give 1% every day. So 1%, 100 days will ultimately make it 200. So take it chilled, relax, and that's the more important. Don't freak out. If you freak out, then the game will toss.
Right. Wonderful. So two or three key takeaways. I think that's something which all of you should take away from. As Abhishek has pointed out that everybody of you are unique. So their schedule, you cannot follow their schedule, what they did. You have to create your own schedule depending upon what compulsions you have, right? So you have to devise your own plan, devise your own methodology of how to go about preparing for CAT. Correct. The second thing I think, which Rutuja has pointed out, the whole idea of believing in yourself that you can do it. Correct. So if they can do it, I think you people can also do it. And the whole idea of manifestation, I think that's something which is important. So belief in yourself is something which is very, very important. Until and unless you believe in yourself, there's no way you would be able to get through into a good B school, right? And I think one thing which Shivani has also repeatedly pointed out that don't get too tensed about it. It's not the final thing. That's not the end of the world. So keep yourself calm and composed and prepare for an examination like that. Well, at the end, I would like, so that's the only time we have because we have another session starting at 11:30. So let me end by thanking Abhishek, Rituja, and Shivani for taking out of their schedule. In fact, Rituja and Shivani has come after just giving a quiz, I believe, right? So thank you so much, guys, and thank you so much, Abhishek, as well for joining us. And I think all three of them have been very, very gracious in accepting our invitation right from the word go itself. They didn't say no to us, and they were all hung and go about accepting, saying yes, we want to talk to students and we would like to have a conversation with them. All three of you, along with Divyani, who has already left, I would like to say a big thank you from the Time family for giving and taking time out on a Sunday. I believe Sundays are no more Sundays for when you go into a good B school, right? There's this whole idea of Sunday calls when you get a part of a big B school, and in spite of that, you have come and joined me and talked to us and given your time. Thank you once again, all of you, for joining me, and thank you so much, all of you, all the participants who have their exams starting tomorrow, for coming to us and listening to all of them. Thank you so much, all of you. Just before I close this session, there's a session is scheduled at 11:30, Life After MBA, My Corporate Story. So we have Mr. Suhas Pedde, who is the National Sales Manager, Coca-Cola India, who will be joining us and talking to you that once you become a manager, then what do you do? How does your life become once you become a manager? Thank you so much, guys, all of you, for joining me, and best of luck for all your future career.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thanks a lot.
guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, sir. Goodbye.
Bye, Abhishek.
And just one last thing. If you
Yes,
feel like you have to talk to anyone, do connect with Weber, sir. And if you feel you need some insight on any colleges, feel free to connect with each one of us. Okay, we might not revert back to you as soon as possible, but each one of us will definitely try our best because we definitely want more students, coming in, following our tracks or going to even better schools. That is, at the end of the day, that makes us happy. And hope to see you all where we are, next year. I hope next year
thank you.
a few of you, yes.
Thank
All
you
the
so
best.
much, Abhishek, for being gracious enough to, in the kind of schedule that you people would be into. And I think, in spite of that, being gracious enough to request all of the people to probably contact you, I think you're in a serious trouble right now. That you have asked people to get in touch with you. I think you will get a lot of queries from them, and probably you will have to answer them as soon as possible, right?
All right. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank you so
everyone.
much. Thank you so much, Abhishek. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. Wonderful. Thank you so much. I think you people have been a wonderful audience coming in an exam, a day just before examination and being a part of this session. It wouldn't have been possible to have this session without you people being in place and without such an enthusiastic participation. Thank you so much, guys. Bye and take care and have a wonderful Sunday. And all the best for your examinations as well. Welcome, Sakshi. Welcome Shubham. Welcome Sanket. Welcome Priyanka. Welcome Sanjivita. Welcome Athar. Welcome Sanjana. Welcome Aparna.